guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm gonna do this nighttime smoky eye look with the Morphe 15D palette. And if you guys saw my last video, that was the daytime version. So now I did the nighttime version. And to be honest, like whenever I look myself in the viewfinder, it doesn't look that dramatic, but like in real life, it is a pretty dramatic eye, and there's a lot of contour going on, and the camera doesn't show it, like doesn't give it a fair picture. Anyways, I hope you like this kind of look, and without further ado, let's just jump right into the video. So guys, to start off with primer, today we're using this SMASHBOX. We're using this SMASHBOX Photo Finish foundation primer, and just a small amount like this. There we go. And I'm gonna put this onto my T-zone and a little bit on my forehead and drag the rest out. And for foundation today, we are going to use this REVLON Colorstay foundation. And this is the one for the combination to oily skin. This one actually doesn't have a pump or so I'm just gonna take some out on the back of my hand. So I'm just picking this up on a little brush. You can do this with your just your finger as well. And applying this to my whole face. And I'm gonna apply also a little bit down my neck, just because I know the shade is not the right one for me. And actually, to switch things up a bit tonight, I'm gonna use the makeup sponge. So I feel like it's a lot of work doing this with a beauty blender. I feel like with a brush, it's just like swirl it around a couple of times and you're done. And with a sponge or a beauty blender or whatever is just more time consuming. So if you're in a rush or in a hurry, I would prefer the sponge, the brush, if you don't already have your own preference. I'm actually gonna pick up a little bit more because I feel like I want some more coverage. Actually, before I will apply another layer of foundation, I will go in with this full coverage concealer from NYX, and I'm also going to just dip into it with the brush and kind of cover up my problem area. I feel like this brush would also be like perfect for carving out your brows. Oh, like my arm is cramping. Okay, so we're finally done. So usually like the foundation part is my favorite one, but with the beauty blender, I'm not so sure. Moving on to some more liquidy products that we're gonna blend out with this sponge. We are today using like this, the concealers from LA Girl. I'm gonna start out with the concealer, and this one is in the shade Light Ivory. I feel like these are a little bit too peachy sometimes, but you know, actually that's maybe a good thing, because they actually are covering up the darkness. So I love blending out concealer with the beauty blender. To be honest, I feel like you get a little bit more coverage blending out your product with the sponge. it is just more time consuming, and therefore I prefer a brush. But like for the under eye area, like the concealer and stuff, I mean, the Beauty Blender is great. I'm gonna set that with my Laura Mercier setting powder in translucent, and I am going to bake my under eye area, so I'm gonna let that powder sit while we will do the eyes. And that is not only because I want to bake the concealer, it's because we are going to, I'm planning at least, to do a pretty dramatic eye today. So there's going to be a lot of shadow and maybe a lot of fallout. And the shadows are going to be like dark brown and stuff, so you don't want that underneath your eye. And move on to contour. And to contour, I'm going to use this LA HD concealer in the shade Cool Tan. And less is more here, so I'm just gonna do like small dots. And now I'm gonna use the other side of my makeup sponge and try to blend that out. Can you see? These concealers do blend out really, really easily. Okay, so they do dry down pretty fast, so you know, apply a little at a time. You don't have to apply the whole face like I just did, because now I'm kind of struggling to blend this out. Now I'm gonna set the rest of my face using this translucent mattifying powder from e.l.f. I'm just picking that up in a big fluffy brush. Also because I feel like the lines were a little bit sharp, so I'm not gonna set that with like a dark powder, like a bronzer. I'm just gonna go over that with this one, with the translucent one. So moving on to brows, you already know I'm gonna use this Dip Brow Pomade from Anastasia Beverly Hills in the color Taupe. So now we are finally done with the base. I'm gonna go right into the eyes, and as a base, just because this palette, and for those of you who do not know, this is the 15D palette from Morphe. Really beautiful range of shades, perfect for both day and night makeup. And it doesn't have like a really light shade to kind of set the concealer with, so I'm actually gonna go into this translucent mattifying powder from e.l.f. again, and I'm just gonna use whatever's left from it on a big fluffy brush like that, and use that to set my whole entire lid. I'm gonna just dip right into it with my blending brush, and first of all, we are going to do, actually first of all we're gonna use natural right there. Don't forget to tap off the excess, that way you won't get as much fallout. Moving on, actually I'm gonna try this shade Forever. This is this matte shade, and I'm also putting this. Okay, so this was pigmented. So can you see now these, like the patchiness here is like strikes, because I went into my eye like too hard-handed. So if that happens to you, just, you know, keep blending, but with a really, really light hand. Without adding any more product, just keep blending it out. Can you see? Now it looks a lot better. You just need to keep blending. So let's same to that other eye. The shadows really blend out beautifully, guys. So far, I'm really loving this palette. I'm gonna pick up a smaller blending brush and start off with this color Desert, and I'm gonna just buff that into my outer V. And now I'm going back a little bit to my fluffier one, just because I felt that patchiness coming back. And whenever a brush is like more dense, like it has like the bristles are more like compact, it's harder to blend it out. It's more to place the product. So just go back and forth between just these two. Now I'm even gonna go in with a smaller pencil brush, and this one is the E36 from Morphe, and I'm going into that same color Desert, and really lightly gonna kind of frame my eye with this, just because I want this darkest color to go all the way out. So I feel like it looks a lot darker in reality than it does on camera, or it's just my screen maybe. Okay, so that's that for the mattes, and now moving on to those shimmers. So I'm gonna take this shimmery shade called Spark, and I'm gonna pick that up on a flat concealer brush like that. And I'm gonna now place this to my lid. Okay, great. Now I'm gonna go back into that blending brush from Morphe. I'm gonna go into that shade Desert again and kind of blend these two together. I'm gonna go into that E36 pencil brush again, and I'm gonna go into this color Sweet, and this is the darkest brown color in the palette, and I'm really gonna focus this on the outer part. You see it's like almost black. So I'm really just doing a light V and kind of dragging this to my lower lash line. I'm gonna go back to that shade Forever and put this to my lower lash line. And that to that color Desert and Sweet, and mix them together. So just a reminder, Desert and Sweet, and mix these together, tap out the excess, and go over the outer part of my eye. And by adding this lower lash line to the look, you create that more of a dramatic look. And before I finish off that lower lash line, I'm gonna go into this shade called Bronze Beauty, and I'm gonna put this to the inner part of that lower lash line. And if you want more pigmentation, you can use just a flat angled brush. So you guys, now I feel that I am ready to wipe off this powder together with the fallout from those brown shadows. And I'm not so sure about that orangey in my inner corner, so I'm gonna fix that later. Now I'm gonna apply some liner, and for that I'm gonna use this Master Precise liquid eyeliner from Maybelline. I just need to have a quickie with the Cupid's bow, and I'll be right back with lashes on. There we go. So the makeup look is almost complete, you guys, and can you see how much the lashes do? It's unreal. Okay, so now actually I'm gonna bronze up my face, put some blush and some lips on, and then we're done. For bronzer, blush, and highlight, I'm gonna use this Maybelline Master Bronze Palette. There we go. And I'm gonna mix those two bronzer shades together. And kind of focus this on the outer part of my face like that. Then I'm gonna take a smaller, this is a contouring brush, an angled brush like this. This is actually a cheek brush. The bristles are really nice and soft, and I like to kind of contour with it because I feel it gives me kind of control over what's happening. You know, you don't have to use the brushes just as the packaging says you should. You should just go ahead and use them however you feel you prefer. Moving on to blush, I'm using that blush color from the same palette. And I always try to smile while I do this so that I can find like the highest points of my cheeks, and I like to drag it like upwards towards like the upper part of my ear. And for a highlight, I'm gonna use this shade right there. I really do enjoy, this is like my favorite pan in this palette. And I'm just placing this to my cheekbones. I feel like I cannot do any makeup look without this palette. This, guys, it's a, I know I've been like, I think I've been using this like almost in every tutorial I've made here on YouTube, but this really is a great palette. So I'm gonna go into this shade right there. It's a nutty white, but a nice cream colored shimmery shade. And just because I don't like how yellowy my brow bone fell, I mean, I feel like it's a lot better whenever you have like a really, really light color there. Ooh, can you see that difference? I mean, okay. And finally for lips, I'm gonna use this melted liquified long wear lipstick from Too Faced. And this one I actually got from my brother and his girlfriend. I'm gonna squeeze some product out like that. It's a really, really nice color. So if you guys are watching Cuba Marina, Thank you guys so much. I love the lipstick. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. I really hope you guys did enjoy it. Actually, to be honest, I cannot wait till I will start filming with my new camera, because I feel like the iPhone doesn't give it a fair picture. Right now, when I look at myself in a viewfinder, I see like not so much a dramatic eye, but when I look myself in the mirror, it looks completely different. So the lips are actually a little bit darker and the eyes are much darker, you guys. So I don't know. Head over to my Instagram account. I will try to take a decent selfie and put up there to show you guys a little bit better. Anyways, hope you guys did enjoy this look, and let me know what you think in the comment sections down below. And if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!